Come to standing and lift and roll your shoulders. This opens the energy gateways up into the head. Raise one hand, stretch up as you breathe in, and breathing out, just pulse over to the side. Breathing in, come to the center, and breathing out, lower your hand. Breathing in, raise your other hand, pulse over to the other side. You can use your hand to support you, and lowering. Raise both hands, clasp and reverse. Press your feet down and stretch up. And then pulse to one side. Come to the center and pulse to the other side. Come to the center. Turn to one side. Come to the center. And turn to the other side. And come to the center. Lift your heels. Let's just test our balance. Well done. And then lower your heels and lower your hands to shoulder height. Breathing out, turn your head to look beyond the third finger of one hand. Come to the center and breathing out, look beyond the third finger of the other hand. Come to the center. Roll your hands up. Breathing out, turn to one side. Come to the center and breathing out, turn to the other side and come to the center. Bring your hands together in prayer position, but this is actually more to almost strengthen along here and confirm or just re-establish your posture. And then lower your hands. Lift and roll your shoulders and aim your knuckles towards the ground, opening you at the shoulder level. Turn to one side, I'm turning to my left, come to the center, your hands are slightly away from you and then breathing out, turn to the other side and then come to the center. And release your hands. Lift and roll your shoulders as you place your hands on your waist, feet hip width apart and then just bend your knees. You're putting on your abdominal control by doing that. And come to the center as you stand up, breathing in. Look up, but only if that's good for your neck. Stretch your fingers and breathing out, lower your hands. So we're going to come to a series of salute to the suns, and as always there are modifications. If you don't like coming into full plank, then please just bring your knees straight to the ground and don't go through plank. So coming to the top of your mat, wherever that is for you. Inhale, exhale, hands together at the heart center. Breathing in, hands up. Either look up or look straight ahead, depending where your neck is. Breathing out, bend your knees, bend your elbows and roll down. Hands either side of your feet. Breathing in, step back with your right foot. I'm going to stay high, but you can bring your knees to the ground at any point. Tummy or lower abdomen in as you step back with your left foot into a high plank. Your body is straight. Please come to your knees if this is too much for you, and heels up. Then bend both knees to the ground. Bring your bottom back towards your heels, your bottom is high, and then slide forward onto your elbows to come into a Sphinx pose. Breathing in, just lengthen along your front, and breathing out, come to line and stretch your hands in front of you. So you're stretching your hands in front of you and your heels and feet away. Slide your hands towards your chest, elbows in. Press down with your hands as you come to kneeling, and then tucking your toes. Come into a downward dog. Feel that you can adjust your dog. So feet can be wider. You can bring your feet closer to your hands. Bend both knees as you extend your back, and then just begin to extend your legs. And you can also walk the dog, alternately swaying from side to side. Tummy in, perineum slightly engages upwards as you bring both knees to the ground. Hands go to the left. Step up with your right foot. Hands either side of your right foot. Kneel up if that's available to you and stretch your hands up. You'll find it harder to balance here, but if you can look up, then please do. Otherwise, look ahead. Breathing out, bring your hands to either side of your front right foot. Stretch. Tuck your back left toes. Tummy in again, engage your perineum as you lift your back knee up and then step your left foot to your right foot. Hands on your shins, breathing in, lengthen your spine. Breathe out, bend your knees and bend your elbows as you curl in. Breathing in, lengthen your spine. And now stay here as you breathe out. Breathing in, bend your knees, press your feet down as you roll up vertebra by vertebra to standing, raising your arms up. Look up only if that's good for you. Otherwise look ahead, and then breathing out, lower your hands back down alongside you. Lift and roll your shoulders. Inhale, exhale, hands together. Inhale, hands up or looking ahead. You choose. Breathing out, roll down. Step back with your left foot. Stay high, but you can bring your left knee to the ground at any point. Tummy in, lower abdomen in. Step back with your right foot so that you're in a straight line, you're in plank, heels up, but feel that you can kneel at any point. Now bring your knees to the ground. Bring your bottom back toward your heels, stretching out your back, and then slide through onto your elbows into Sphinx, looking down all the way, and then slide out totally, stretching your arms in front of you, your feet stretched behind. Slide your hands back to shoulder or chest height, elbows in. Press down with your hands to come back to kneeling. And tuck your toes as you come to your dog, adjust as you feel appropriate. You can stretch both legs, bend both knees, or you can walk the dog, swaying maybe from side to side. Make it your dog. And then bend both knees. Come back down to the ground to kneeling. Hands this time go to the right, and your left foot comes up. Hands either side briefly to your left foot as you kneel up, either staying here or looking straight ahead or looking up. And breathing out, hands either side of your left foot. Tuck your back right toes, engage your abdomen in, perineum. Lift up your right knee and step your right foot to your left foot. Hands on the shins, breathe in, lengthen. Breathe out, bend in, bend elbows, head tucks in, vagus nerve gets activated. Breathe in, lengthen your spine. Feel that the length is from the tailbone to the top of the head. Stay here as you breathe out, and breathing in, press your feet down as you roll up vertebra by vertebra to standing. Arms up, stretch. Lower your hands. Lift and roll your shoulders. Inhale, exhale, hands together. Inhale, hands up. Breathing out, roll down. Inhale, right foot back. Left foot back. Plank. Knees to the ground. Bottom back, slide through to Sphinx, and then lying on your front. Slide your hands back, press down, come onto your knees, come into downward dog, engage your lower abdomen. Just walk the dog or bend both knees from side to side, stretch back, bend both knees back down to the ground, hands to the left. Right foot comes up. Stretch over your right foot. Come back to your right knee being a 90-degree angle. Kneel high and turn to the right. Come back to the centre. Hands either side of your right foot. Tuck your back left toes. Tummy in. Lift up your left knee and step your left foot to your right foot. Press your feet down and roll up vertebra by vertebra to standing, coming to stretching your arms up. Breathing out, lower your hands. Lift and roll your shoulders. Inhale, exhale, hands together. Inhale, hands up. Breathing out, roll down. Inhale, left foot high. Right foot high. If that works for you, plank. Both knees to the ground. Bottom back, slide through to Sphinx. On your way to coming to line, stretching out. Hands back to your shoulder, by your chest. Kneel, then coming to dog. Adjust for you, walk the dog, how you want to walk the dog. Both knees back down to the ground. Hands to the right, left foot up, just stretch forward. And then kneel high. Turn to the left. Slight rotation. Come back to hands either side of your left foot. Tuck your right toes, engage your abdomen. Lift right knee, right foot to left foot. Press your feet down as you roll up vertebra by vertebra. Standing, raise your hands up. Breathing out lower. Lift and roll your shoulders. Inhale, exhale, hands together at the heart center. Inhale, hands up. Breathing out, roll down. Step back, right foot, left foot, or high and plank. Bring your knees to the ground, bottom back, and then come forward to Sphinx. And then stretching out. Slide your hands back to chest, come to kneeling, come to your dog. Swaying from side to side. Bend your knees back down to the ground. Hands left, right foot comes up. Hands either side of the right foot. Tuck your toes on the left foot. Lift up your left knee and step your left foot to your right foot. Pressing down with both feet as you roll up vertebra by vertebra. Hands up, breathing out, hands down. Inhale, exhale, hands together. Breathing in, hands up. Breathing out, roll down. Step back, left foot, right foot, plank. Knees, bottom back, through to Sphinx. Hands straight out, line. Hands back to chest, press down, kneeling and then heel down the dog. Bend your knees, hands to the right, left foot up. Hands either side of your left foot, stretch. Tuck right toes. Left foot to right foot, press both feet down, and as you roll up vertebra by vertebra, stretch up. Breathing out, lower your hands. Lift and roll your shoulders. And then just come to swaying from side to side. Salute to the sun and its various modifications. Totally exercises really your entire body. It's a complete exercise in its own right. It really boosts up your energy if you feel like that at this moment in time. And then come gently to a standstill. Lift and roll your shoulders. And we're just going to do one warrior breath booster for immunity. Stand with your feet hip width apart, and this targets the lower abdominal area, so it just gets rid of all that stale air, any toxins, it tones your abdominal area. So join in with me when you're ready. You're breathing in and out through the nose. You can use the mouth, but nose is classic yoga for equal amounts of time. So make last one and release. Just sway from side to side, but have your hands up high. And sway your hands from up and down. So this time we're going to be going round a clock with our arms. So breathing in, raising your hands. Breathing out, lower your hands. Breathing in, raise your hands. And breathing out, lower your hands. Turn to your right, a quarter of a clock movement. And either do the same again, or just bring your hands straight in front of you, up. Breathing out, lower. Breathing out, in, up. And breathing out, lower. Turn to face away from the mat, turn to the opposite, and we'll do the same again as we started. Breathing in, hands to the side, breathing out, lower. Breathing in, hands up, and breathing out, hands lower. And a quarter of turn again. And this time come to cactus arms. Breathing in, stretch your fingers. Breathing out, lower. Breathing in, cactus arms, stretching your fingers. And breathing out. And then come back to the beginning. Breathing in, up. And breathing out, lower. Breathing in, up. And breathing out, lower. Just march on the spot a couple of times. It sets up a vibration going from your feet, your heels, right the way up through to your top of your head. So it's in itself an immune booster. And then come to stepping out with your left foot. Your right foot goes behind at an angle of about 45 degrees. Feel that you can move your left foot out more towards the edge of the mat if your balance needs that. And as you breathe in, raising your hands up, breathing out, just slightly engage your lower abdomen and your perineum as you bend forward, bending your knee. You can either touch the ground or touch your shin, pressing down, raising and rising up, breathing out, lowering, softening your front knee. Breathing in, pressing your feet down as you lift up, looking ahead or up. Breathing out, lowering. Breathing in, raising up. Breathing out, lowering. And then we'll make this last one. Breathing in, raising up. Breathing out, lowering. And coming back to standing, bring your left foot back. Just sway gently from side to side. And come to the centre. As you step your right foot forward, again your left foot comes to a 45-degree angle. Your right foot can come out more to the side if you need balance. You will find as you turn to face forward, the turn sometimes doesn't suit people's hips, so you are invited if you would like to lift your back heel. I don't tend to because I like the grounding of my back heel, and classically you should ground your back heel, but do lift if you feel that you'd like to turn more. Breathing in, raising your hands up, breathing out, soften your front knees. You come to where it's appropriate. Touching the ground is good, but you can touch your shin. Breathing in, hands up, looking where you feel good, stretching your fingers, breathing out, lowering, pressing your feet down as you reach up, breathing out as you soften down, pressing your feet down as you breathe in and up, stretch your fingers and breathing out, come down. And we'll make the next one the last one, stretching up, holding the breath for a second, breathing out, down. And then coming back up to standing, bring right foot back to left, just once more sway from side to side. And at this point in this particular movement, we come to lying, just really to let the body absorb the movement we've made and to do some very gentle feet exercises. So come when you're ready to lying on the mat. It is, I mean, of course you can bend your knees, and please do, but I'm going to invite you to come to Shavasana with your legs outstretched. Your hands, classically with Shavasana, would be turned up, but whatever works for you, you can have them on your abdomen. Your chin, just make sure it's not sticking up, that the back of your neck is long. And just wherever you are, just begin to circle your ankles in one direction. And then very gently circle your ankles in the other direction. Stretch your toes and then just relax them. And stretch your toes. You're stretching the space as the foot joins the toe. That's one of your accesses your lungs, the lung meridians, and relax. And then extend both heels so that your toes go upwards, and then just relax, pointing your feet maybe away from you. And breathing in, extend your heels, feet up, and breathing out, just point your toes away. And relax your legs now. And come to focus on the neck and head as you gently breathing out, turning the head to one side. You can breathe in and out here. And then let the head roll back. You're accessing some acupressure points on the back of your skull as you breathe out, turning your head to the other side. Breathing in, coming to the centre. Once more, turn your head as you breathe out to one side. Come to the centre with your head and then breathing out, turn your head to the other side. And come to the centre. Bend one knee and then the other so that your feet are on the floor, your knees are up to the ceiling, and then bend one knee in and then the other knee in, and just rock gently from side to side. And hugging your knees in, soles of the feet to the ceiling, and stretch your arms behind you. You can extend your heels. Breathing out, hug your knees into your chest. How far you stretch back is up to you. Breathing in, extend the soles of the feet to the ceiling, and arms stretch behind. They can stay above the ground or stretch back to the ground. Breathing out, hugging your knees into your chest. And breathing in once more, soles of the feet to the ceiling, stretching behind you, and breathing out, hugging your knees into your chest. And just gently rock from side to side. Supporting your legs under the thighs, bring one foot and then the other foot down to the ground. You can have hands, palms down, or rest them on your abdomen as you just gently sway your knees from side to side. And here you can have your feet wider than hip width apart, which will allow your knees to drop more into the centre. And you're going to bring your head into this movement. As your knees drop to one direction, your head turns away from the direction of the knees, back to the centre, and just again sway gently from side to side. You're moving the base of the spine and the top, and yet your spine is very safely supported by the ground. And then coming to the centre, just bring your feet now to hip width apart if you've moved them out. Hands, palms down as you just do a couple of pelvic tilts. So flattening your back as if you're going to lift it up from the ground and then just releasing. So there's a little gap underneath your lower spine. And flattening again, and releasing, and flattening, and releasing. And now, only if this works for you, to press your feet down into the floor as you lift your bottom, chin in, raise your arms up above you, stretching in a rolling bridge. Make sure your knees aren't splaying out, and then breathing out, lowering your back down to the ground and lowering your arms back down. Hug your knees into your chest. Bring your feet back to the floor, to the ground. palms down. And when you're ready, flatten your bottom, lift it, raising up into a soft rolling bridge, chin tucked in, arms behind. And then as you start to breathe out, then start to lower your back down to the ground, lowering your arms and then hugging your knees into your chest. Both feet go to the floor, palms down. And once more, pressing your feet down, lifting your bottom, raising up, stretching. You can stay here and then begin to lower your back down to the ground, your arms. Hug your knees into your chest and then slide your hands down your shins. Your arms might come inside as you hold just above the ankles or on the ankles. So this is the supine Baddha Konasana. It's opening up the inner groin, the energetic pathways, the lower part of your body, so the lymph and immune system. You can rock from side to side if that works for you. And then for those, it's optional. You can either hold your big toes or just hold your ankles still to extend your feet up to the ceiling. So if your arms aren't long, then just hold wherever it's comfortable on your shins and rock from side to side. If you can hold your big toes, you're completing a circle of energy here, and you'll find it easier to engage your perineum and your lower abdomen in. Your chin slightly comes down, so it becomes something called the Maha Mudra, which is engaging all three energy seals or bandhas. So the lower bandha is called Muladhara, the second bandha is called Uddiyana, and then the third bandha is called Janadhara, which is at the chin level. So it's a complete energy rebooster and rejuvenator. You're also, with your legs up, you are beginning to balance your endocrine, your glandular system. If you really wanted to balance your glandular system, you might like to stay here for a bit longer, or actually just have your legs up the wall. This is just a nod to our endocrine system. And then just releasing, hugging your knees into your chest. Still holding your knees. As you breathe in, let your knees travel to knee, arm's length. And then breathing out, hug your knees into your chest again. Breathing in, let your knees travel. And then breathing out, hug them in again. And breathing in, let them travel. And breathing out, hug them in. Breathing in, let them travel. You're still holding your knees. And breathing out, hugging your knees into your chest. And breathing in, let them travel away. You're moving up and down your lower spine here and hugging your knees into your chest. Supporting your legs underneath you. Bring one foot and then the other foot down to the mat. Feel that you can adjust your spine by lifting your bottom and just settling that down again. And keeping your knees bent, your feet hip width apart. Raise your arms, just holding at your elbows. If your elbows don't go down to the ground, don't worry, just rest the backs of the wrists or wherever's comfortable for you. And you'll feel the stretch underneath your arms. So this is part of, again, of your upper lymph. Again, it's creating and opening the energetic pathways. And just stay here for a moment, breathing in and out. Feel that stretch in the front. Your chin is down. You're stretching also up from your sternum. So this is an uplifting pose. Very uplifting for the mood, which I think we possibly might all need right at the moment. Although having said all that, it's very sunny outside, but it's very uplifting for the mood. And then very gently start to breathe out, and you'll find that your arms naturally start to lift with your breath. And then carry on lowering your arms back down, alongside you, hands down, palms down, and just once more very gently sway your knees from side to side. To create space at the lower back, cross your right leg over your left. You might like to bring your left leg in slightly to the centre. And just again rock from your both knees from side to side. Your hips here come off the ground. If you want to increase the opening at the lower spine, cross your legs more and just feel that really opening at the base of your, almost the base of your spine, still rocking your knees from side to side. And then uncross your right leg and swaying your knees from side to side, bring them to the centre, and then pick up your left foot and cross over your left leg over your right. Once more, explore where you want to let your knees sway from side to side. Your hips can move off the ground. And then very gently uncross your left leg from your right. Place both feet on the floor. Keeping your elbows on the floor if you can, if not then just lift them up slightly. And bring the tips of your fingers together in something called Hakini Mudra. It very much focuses your attention. And you might find that you do this naturally when you want to focus your attention. So when you focus your attention on something, you really get rid of all the rubbish that's going around in your mind. So anytime you want to do this, seated or lying, is attention for focus, focuses your attention. And then breathing out, lower your hands back down. Alongside you, hug your knees into your chest. Just once more rocking from side to side. And taking your time to come up, to roll to the side. You roll, if that's available for you, to the right, away from your heart. But coming up to however works for you. Take your time, don't let any movement disturb you. And then come to high kneeling. If that's dodgy, if you've got any dodgy knees, then just put a blanket and roll your mat up. And as you come to high kneeling, raising your hands up, looking ahead or up, breathing out, rounding your back, chin goes to chest, sliding your hands along, elbows on the ground, bottom in the air. You can carry on and just place the crown of your head on the mat, just rolling, but this is optional, stimulating the crown chakra. Then sliding your hands back to your knees as you kneel up, arms up, looking ahead or up, stretch your fingers, and then breathing out, rolling, chin to chest, rounding your back, sliding your hands away from you to the elbows, bottom into the air, optional to bring your crown to the floor, sliding your hands back, kneeling up, breathing out, rounding, chin to chest, sliding your hands away from you onto your elbows, bottom up in the air. Slide your hands back, kneel up, lift and roll your shoulders and open your palms, looking ahead or up. A nod to the blue moon that was over the weekend, and then bring your head to the centre and come to a comfortable cross-legged seated position. Just rest your hands on anywhere, your shins. As you breathe in, just straightening your back and breathing out, rounding. Your chin goes to your chest. Breathing in, straightening, and breathing out, rounding, chin to chest. Breathing in, straightening, and breathing out, rounding, chin to chest. And carry on with your hands as you walk them slightly in front of you. Forward bend. How much you want to move your hands in front of you is up to you. The focus is lengthening your spine from the tailbone to the top of the head, and then just relaxing forward. So anytime you relax forward is calming for the nervous system, calms the brain. And I mentioned much earlier the vagus nerve. So chin into chest activates the vagus nerve, and that's very calming too. It's anti-inflammation. The vagus nerve is a bundle of nerves. I'm not being technical about it, but it's calming your vagus nerve is quite helpful to calm inflammation in the body. And then breathing in, come up. And you might like just to place your hands beside you, palm fingers forward or a little bit backwards. Press your hands down, lengthen the front. Lift your chin is optional. Make sure you don't throw your head back. It's a gentle lifting to look up. And then breathing out, come back to the centre. And then just resting your hands on your knees. Thumb can touch second finger, either hands down or hands up. Hands down is Jnana Mudra, gesture of consciousness, and hands up, gesture of knowledge, hands up is gesture of consciousness. Breathing in, turn your head to the left, as little as much as you would like. Breathing out, turn your head to the right. Breathing in left, breathing out right. And just carry on a couple of times in your own breath work, breathing in, or your own breathing pattern, breathing into the left, breathing out to the right. It's balancing your left and your right brain hemispheres. How much you move your neck's up to you. Bring your head back to the centre. Just lightly bring your chin to your chest. Think of a colour and wrap yourself in that colour like a cloud or an auric egg. So your cloud offers you protection for the day ahead in terms of only positive energy can come in, nothing negative. You're cocooned. You can, while you're in this auric cocoon of colour, you can have a thought for the day, for yourself or anybody else, a wish for the day, a sankalpa, and mentally think that thought a couple of times. And then lowering your chin to your chest, take a bow for yourself as you bring your hands to your heart centre. And then bring your hands to your forehead, thoughts. Bring your hands down towards your mouth, words. And bringing your hands once more back down to the heart, deeds, chin to chest. And thank you very much, everyone, for joining me today.